Hello viewers, I'm SP and welcome back to Total War Warhammer 3, where today, a lot of what we're going to be doing is waiting for the next roar, effectively. And I'm not really sure what the best way to do that is. We have Aglixis here in position. We could potentially rush out and attack Castalton. But you know what? I think before, I was thinking this was our movement range. This is our normal movement range. That's March mode. Attacking Castalton actually might not even be on the table. Are we in good ambush position? No, oh, I mean, we're right next to Terratus, for one thing. What I might do here is walk back a little bit and take up a decent ambush position and see if Castalton is going to run across and try to raid, because I don't think it makes a lot of sense for us to walk out there and potentially get surrounded. We're about to lose Melchior, so it feels like we should definitely make use of this army. We could probably go burn down Zoishenk without even having to move Falco. Scrag the Slaughterer has, like, withdrawn a bit. It's probably just leaving, right?
Never.
And to be clear, we're not at war. We're cool, right? Do I have diplomatic contacts with your faction? Vampires of Chaos, or Vampire Counts. Yeah, we are at war. They're not a proper Chaos faction. They're enemies with a lot of our enemies, but they don't count as a Chaos faction, and as such, we can only be at war with them. I'm not even allowed to negotiate. So, all right, well, is what it is, I suppose. But that does mean we have to pay attention to the position of their armies in regards to whether or not we're safe walking places.
Herald.
I'm going to go ahead and push Zoishenk here. We'll probably just burn it down if we can take it. Is there, like, what's the safest approach?
Behold my sensuous movement.
Obviously, it would be best if they didn't respond to her approaching. You could do some recruiting to pull some better units. So, like, we can fire a bunch of these units of blue horrors and replace them with pink horrors or even exalted pink horrors. So the missile strength is higher. It's like almost 30% higher. Here, I'm doing this in a silly way. There's a tool for this. Okay, there we go. 7 more melee attack, 12 more melee defense, a bunch more health, some more armor. Yeah, like, this is a total no-brainer, right? And they also have this trait here. What is this? Arcane Mirth. Oh, neat. Yeah, they're way better. I mean, like, double the recruitment time is pretty whatever in this situation, I think. And then, like, I could pull stuff through the global pool at the same time if I'm going to be sitting here for 2 turns. So, is there anything that I want? We could have it be more than a 2-turn sit. Do I want to grab a couple of Nurgle Soul Grinders for this army, potentially? I don't see why not. That seems... We're maybe cutting the army's total size down a little bit in kind of a dangerous way. I'm going to do it, obviously. I've committed here, but yeah, this was potentially getting a little dangerous. Here.
Summon them.
But it's a 15-unit army sitting behind a 20-unit garrison, so we're probably okay. Cran is just gonna go harass you, probably. Even though the odds on that are not great. Alright, so Lass's odds would be really bad. Yeah, even this guy's in a friendly settlement. I guess go hit him. Maybe he won't recover all of it. Or alternatively, maybe you just won't even do anything. Maybe that's what will happen. Murder, hunt, cleave, and crush. Well, I do like cleave. Yeah, let's take some cleave. Attack and also damage is pretty good.
Our pleasure.
You... I don't really want to advance another hero, I don't think. Well, I can keep you over here. Just keep you on this side. But when we get the notification that the roar is coming, we probably want her to fall all the way back to the Doomkeep, right? Did they still not? Yeah, they still haven't taken... Now I wonder if they will. Maybe we could hold it? Well, the rebel army did spawn. I'm not going to try to stop. I don't care about this. And yeah, right? This region doesn't have any upgrades that we would want to do. Yeah, we're good. Okay, Scarbrand's looking pretty mighty and putting some pressure on the ice court over there. Oh, right, I forgot. The fast forward is not turn by turn.
My power is unfathomable.
Well, whatever. We're in fast forward mode. It's fine. It would be really nice. This was a thing I was kind of hoping they might implement, but, you know, these are big games. They had a lot of work to do. It would be kind of nice to have something. Oh, wow. Both of them successfully got wounded. That's very unlikely, given their high level and everything. Okay, so they had an army fall back to Zoishank, and that army is almost certainly going to be large enough to hold it.
Artisan of pain.
Yeah, because now we're looking at what? We're looking at 21 units in that garrison versus our 16 with like nothing but very basic melee. I'm not even going to try the attack. It's no longer worthwhile.
Oh, yes.
Just come back over here and hang out, I guess. So that Erengrad looks a little bit better defended. This upgrade I definitely want right now.
Demon Prince.
And then Iglixis was approached by 2 full armies.
Blasphemy! Blasphemy! I serve Orson!
Both of my units, or both of my heroes who are actually good at injuring people, got killed. Oh, I don't have any money.
Toward euphoria.
And of course Iglixis's ambush didn't hold because it will never, ever, ever be allowed to.
Chaos incarnate.
So I think I'm just gonna take it back to here.
Will be
We
slain.
no longer have the ability to
Prey minions.
soften them up as they approach. Yeah, it's fine. We're good. Yeah, okay. You got it.
For the Skull Throne.
They still refuse to take it, though. It's interesting that they appear to have just backed off, because Stalton's army... Yeah, I don't know what they're doing. So Fort Strygov actually fell to the rebel army after the Ice Court wiped out the garrison, so it's extremely not our problem anymore. I don't want to spend money right now, and that benefit is like nothing. Okay.
In the air.
So Iglixis, I think I'm gonna have Iglixis maybe run over and eat the Baleful Prince, just so we don't have to worry about this guy like building up to 20 and then deciding to be a pain. And there's not really a good reason for you to fall back now. We'll just kind of hang around here. I don't want to be too far forward to get back. But we do want to be in this area in general. Do we care about this upgrade? Goes from 321 to 422. Yeah, probably. I want the garrison here to be as good as possible. I believe functionally a garrison is limited to 20 units, but you know, it'll replace some of the bad blue horrors with other stuff, so. I guess if the ice court's backing off, we can just kind of leave it on. Fast forward. That Slaanesh army is abandoning us entirely. I guess it's fine. It's not a big deal. But, oh, the thing I was saying before that I think I interrupted myself before I got through. I really wish that they had implemented faction by faction fast forward controls the same way there are faction by faction animation speed controls. It's like this thing already exists. They just had to tweak it so that it's so that one more thing is available that way. And I'm not trying to say that I think it would be trivial. I have no idea what this system looks like under the hood, but you know,
Now is the time of conquest.
it would definitely be handy.
Ruination.
I am really surprised. We got almost 4,000 favor from that. Didn't seem like a very impressive army. All right, back to work. So how is the population growth going here? Slowly, even with the maxed out growth building, slowly. All right, Falco's about to have a full army that looks way more effective than before. I guess, you know, there is a downside here. The Exalted Horrors, there's only 60 of them in the unit. The Pink Horrors are 60 as well. So yeah, there's a disadvantage over using the Blue Horrors, is the Blue Horrors have a much larger volume of fire. So even though their projectiles are weaker per bullet, that may not be exactly what it comes down to. Well, it's fine. So this is providing us with 40 growth. Yeah, I probably don't, especially since we're already at 20 units in the garrison, thanks to the intercessions of our corn friends, our cornate friends. I wish I could choose, because there are corn units that are not on this list, and I would gladly sacrifice some of the Forsaken for those.
Your pain.
Okay, they are beginning their approach again with 3 full stacks, because of course they are. Go try to get the kill, because they're still on their side of the line, so they'll get... Well, actually, no, they wouldn't have gotten good replenishment, that's right,
Possible.
because they're not in friendly territory. Rebel armies are automatically at war with everybody, if I'm not mistaken, because they are, in fact, at war with that faction there.
Immortal glory.
Iglixis's approach is going to be a little bit weird.
Let us lay the world to waste for the dark.
Nah, that's good. I'm good. Somebody's going to offer us a real amount of money for that at some point. Okay, strange camera move. We may end up having to short move Iglixis here and then do a teleport or something. Uh-oh. Are we crashing? It is weird that it's just kind of hanging here. Yep, okay, that's all right. Well, I'm gonna load it. I'll load it back up and I'll see you in a second. Okay, let me update you on what I've just spent the last, I don't know, hour doing. So I tried a couple of times to just load from the autosave that was created at the beginning of turn 172 and play through the turn again, and the crash was 100% reproducible. I tried doing different things on the turn, that didn't fix it. I tried loading from the turn before that and doing different things on that turn, and nothing different happened. So, every single time, right at the end of the enemy turn cycle going into 173, same silent immediate crash to desktop. So I decided I re-verified the game files and everything. Something did fail to acquire, and so I was like, okay, this'll fix it. But then after the new file downloaded, no, that in fact did not fix it. It still crashed. So I tried reloading from the beginning of the episode save point, and doing more or less the same. I changed some stuff a little bit. But the move I made at the beginning of the episode where we put Iglixis in that forest near the river and ambushed went a little bit differently here. The enemy didn't see through the ambush. They attacked Terratus, and so we are in position to provide reinforcement to Terratus, being attacked by Kastaltin and Spartek Zamvin, and I think we're going to go for it. It says close defeat, but I think this is doable. It's also interesting to note that Zamvin's reinforcement timer is listed as 152. We do not have a reinforcement timer listed, so I'm not sure if we're going to come in at that same moment, but this is an allied army. This is an army that we do not own. And so we do not get to control them, to be clear. This is not a thing we've had to do a lot this game, but they will be running their own units. We will just be in control of Iglixis and his 20. So I don't know. I guess we'll see. We are given a reinforcement flag on the battlefield, so very curious to see what's going on here. If it still ends up crashing, I may call the episode for the day and try to do some troubleshooting. But at the very least, we'll get a big battle out of it, right? $115. Okay, so we're reinforcing a little bit before the enemy. Maybe we can generate a sort of an unfair position here. So I mean, all there is to do is watch the first 115 of the battle. This is the Tsinchian army, very heavy on the horrors. They got some Chaos Furies because they don't like having good units. It looks like they are intending to just fall back and wait for us. Does Kastaltin have a Grom? He doesn't. So we may be able to take good advantage of our soul grinders here. I mean, if this is all they're gonna do, we can. Yeah, they're just waiting for us. That makes sense. What are we? 115? Okay, here we go. Trying to issue these orders as soon as possible. Those Chaos Warriors, you know, they need a minute to spin up their legs. All right, we're coming, friends. The thing that is a real downside about this is that we're not going to get any period where our units are outnumbering theirs. I was kind of hoping we would be able to get a run-up going and, like, do some damage to them before the other reinforcements showed up. But let's get the Nurgle Soul Grinders set up here, and then we can pick targets and actually launch some siege munitions for the first time this campaign, which will be neat. I like it. It's very Mancubus-y. Are we close enough to actually fire on them? No, not quite. Well, move up then. So these are largely armor-piercing. They are explosive projectiles, so firing them into infantry is going to be particularly valuable. I mean, let's just do one of these and see. All right, they are launching some cavalry to punish us, which I don't think is going to work out the way they would like. Should be, I mean, y'all are probably just going to be able to hold, right? Well, those cav are a little bit. Can I back up? We fired our first shots, and I do want to watch them hit. But it would be best not to eat the charge. Wow. Okay, that's pretty good damage for such a small number of projectiles. Okay, those were friendly spellcasts, I believe. I am going to keep the ranged units focused on their infantry. That's dwarf warriors with great weapons. I think we want to focus on the ranged mostly, particularly if we can shred Ice Guard. I think that's the way to go. So, but given the little bit of wander on the projectiles and the explosive nature of them and everything, it's going to be best to fire into sort of the center of the enemy formation, because that way if the projectiles go wide in one direction or another, we're probably still getting contact. We'll hit something. And then let's get my own ranged units up into firing position. Get my calves sort of winged out to the side here. I can't see the, they're not actually drawing the, there we go. And my heavy infantry probably has to move up more than I would like. I'd love to let our allies take the vast majority of this on the chin, but our infantry moves so slowly that they do probably have to be pulled up if we're going to use them at all. Okay. So they're going to let me shred a bunch of their cav before the battle even starts, which is really good. Really excellent news. Do we want to use... I think I'm going to use the Chaos Furies just to sort of stretch their force out a little bit. We'll drop like some Chaos Furies on these Streltsy over here and hopefully prevent them from joining the battle. Surprise! It is cool that the Tzeentch and Chaos Furies get the shields. Alright, let's make sure that our units are attacking where they are most needed. Warbears, sure. Where are my other two Soul Grinders? Okay, so they finished off that unit of cavalry. The best thing to do here would be to flank, but I don't want to open us up to a ton of ranged fire. So I think we are just going to hit him from, like, this side. You do that. The Beast of Nurgle probably doesn't need explicit orders just yet. I think we want to keep it in more or less in reserve, probably off to the side a little bit, so that it can flank enemy infantry, right? This unit of Winged Lancers is actually, they're not broken, which is super weird. They definitely should be. Once again, we're in this situation where, like, they're all dead, but, like, these Kislevite troops just do not give up under any circumstances. I don't know what I want to do with you. Just get kind of close to the front, I guess, so that we can maybe locus. Does the locus affect our allied troops? Yes, it looks like it does. You can see the triangles glowing underneath them. My units are obsessed with pushing through each other's bodies instead of, like, steering very slightly. Alright, continue to break stuff. I can't help but notice that you're not even facing the right direction anymore, which makes me feel like you probably are not doing the thing I ordered you to do. Actually, fire on this side now. These troops are grouped a little bit better, I think. Okay, you're still working on the Streltsy there, but it looks like they did the thing we wanted them to do. And now we have spear troops in position to potentially hit the enemy cav in the side. And our spear troops may suffer some losses here, but, like, we're not going to be able to stay clean on this. There's like 40 units of enemies, right? It is going to have, we're going to have to actually fight. All right, so some of you run forward and try to preserve those other troops, preserve those horrors, and the rest of you just get a flank where you can get one. But the Soul Grinder is going to do a lot of good work here. That, I don't know what spell that is, but that might be the gateways. It might be that the gateway is about to open up, which obviously would be really good for us. And Waiting on the Reign of Chaos to come up. I think we don't cast any spells here. Or maybe we do like, maybe we do like a Phantasmagoria kind of in the distance. Well, I can't cast it very far, can I? Just to keep them from approaching us cleanly, but... yeah, let's just wait. Let's just wait. I might even run you further out to the side, honestly. And then who doesn't have meaningful orders? These Marauders need to get up here. The ranged don't have explicit targets yet, and we should probably pick some just to make sure they stay focused. Y'all can be in guard mode, though. I do not want you running out. It's probably Warbears, right? Like, the Warbears are more dangerous than the horses. And I'm not going to have her run out and flank people, because the danger to her is just too great. We'll stay around here for the moment. Okay, we're not going to use that. You're getting a little far forward. I want you to fall back before the range really start having at you. The heal is interesting, but it's a little too early in the battle for it to be super meaningful. I do think I'm going to retarget the Soul Grinders. Makes way more sense to be shooting at something over here now. Maybe even to the point of not shooting Ice Guard. Yeah, I think so. Because, like, look at how tightly grouped all these units are. No, firing at these armored Kossars is going to get us something. Yeah, so I don't think I do want to... I don't think I do want to use the regeneration, though. So they're trying to run some Griffin Legion troops off to the side, and I think we're gonna just see if we can punish them for that. The Chaos Warriors should probably march up proper, although it's gonna take them a very long time to do so. A lot of my spear troops I mean, there's a lot of dead horse units here, so like, I think to some extent the units they were fighting just kind of crumbled. But it's mostly stuff that's like fallen back, right? Yeah. So do we want to just envelop? Like we could fold around like this? Or do we want to chase deeper into the enemy formation? Because the enemy is like, our allies are trying to make that available to us. They want to be able to press here. I think I'm going to go for it. This is perhaps really aggressive, and maybe we're going to suffer for it in the end, but I'm going to get aggressive with my position. The bears are coming, and that's where this is going to get a little sticky. So you did the thing that you were supposed to do. Go help with this. You're already on these Griffin Legions, so keep working like that. Doing your thing. I think we're getting toward the point in the battle where it makes sense for her to wing out and become a flanking unit. So let's get that going. I wish we still had Cornate Halberds here. This would be a really good time for him. And you should definitely keep fighting. You just need to be a little further from the ranged. You can see a fair number of these units going into sort of like their low frame rate animations, because there sure is a lot happening here. Okay, beautiful. Beautiful, great stuff. Apologies for the way the sound behaves in these circumstances. Come on, show me the top level Reign of Chaos reward. Oh, that's actually quite good. Yeah, a Storm of Fire is gonna be massive here. So like this, I think. We could have tried to drop it on the ranged instead. I think this is the right way to approach this. And I might just... The unit of Chaos Furies both drew off these dudes for quite a long time and also created a situation where we can... held four of them back far enough that we can like do this again. So I thought that unit of Griffin Legion was gonna like try to break to the side and get out of there. Apparently what they did was they ran back into the formation, and I think that I want to get these units out of there because that bear is not good for them. They're going to have a hard time with that. Try to break across. I don't want you fighting that bear directly. You're too wounded. So this unit doesn't feel like they have orders. This unit doesn't have orders. Press the war sleds. They might be stuck. If we've got the war sleds in a situation where they can't actually attack, that's really good for us. Finish breaking these units. You finish breaking these units. You finish breaking those units. We're approaching the point where we want to hit this group of archers over here. I don't think the Beast of Nurgle is necessarily the right unit for that. I think we want the Beast of Nurgle hitting something in the back and distributing poison. But if we move up here, their ranged are really well set to punish flanking on the melee. I don't really know what we want to do about this grouping, aside from dropping shards on them or something. I'm going to move the beast this way. And speaking of dropping shards on them, how feasible is that going to be? Okay, you only have to move to there to get that done? Yeah, then we definitely do that. Okay, not bad, not bad. Target to the Iron Drakes.
Sent by chaos.
Inflict exquisite suffering.
I don't know what these Kossars are doing, but we can punish them for that for sure.
Spears! Attack!
Yeah, healthy spear units up. It is bear time. That bear's at half health already.
Exquisite. Good. Yes.
Alright, we're gonna move around here and try to do another shard drop on that grouping. If anything, they've grouped up tighter than before. And this is definitely feeling like the place to get the work done. Something like that, I think, is right. Once again, very long casting range. Don't even have to get into real trouble here. Alright, so the Cav are coming to punish. After the Duchess drops the spell, we'll turn around and hit some of these Kossars. These Chaos Warriors probably just need to run forward. Like all the way up into the ranged. We don't particularly need them fighting the bears or anything. You probably have to press this way. I know you're not going to be super happy about that one. Hey, go fight those giant bears. Yeah, you got to just like stab them with the pointy end. It's far from your face. This should be fine. Where's this one? Okay, this one's right here. It's probably time to wade into bear combat for you too. The bears are really not doing so well. And I'm gonna use Iglixis to break down a lot of these units.
The aesthetics are legal.
Not bad. Sorry. In fact, good enough that we should probably... by the way, again, apologies about the sound. I don't know why it's like that. You know what? Let's retarget to these armored Kossars again because of the way that these projectiles behave. And actually, I'm gonna drop a whip across this badly damaged unit of ranged in the hope of killing a lot of them. She got... Well, you know what? She got met in the charge by the war sled, but she did kill the war sled that ran into her.
My pleasure.
We got to get her off of that bear. So I guess at this point we can just drop the beasts back here. The Allies' Lord has become wounded somehow. They're not being very careful with it. They did have it like way deep in combat, it seemed like. This soul grinder is suffering. We might want to turn his attention elsewhere. Like, go fight Castalton. And we'll try to use the spears to give you some space to do that. My ranged units still have a ton of ammunition left because they are not getting to shoot very much, I assume. Let's have them focus on the bear that is weakened. Okay, you're doing your thing over here, splattering weak ranged units. Yeah, finish that last warbear and then gonna get our lord out of here. Okay.
Spreading ruin.
So you have more stuff to do.
Deliver unto Slaanesh. I move.
She's getting charged by so much stuff. There are so many enemies who are just 100% focused on her. She's a little overcommitted.
Their flesh is my canvas. The pleasure is all mine.
Okay, and also, might be time for some more shards. So, we don't have any enemies grouped up quite as tightly here, but like, I'm gonna do a heavy shard drop there. These Heartseekers should probably try to stay on task. These Heartseekers, I'm actually gonna see if I can withdraw from the battle entirely. Try your very best to get out of there. You're fighting the bear and you're doing fine. I don't know what these Warriors of Khorne were doing or why they're just kind of like hovering here. They probably had orders to press some ranged, right? I want to try to give them a movement path that doesn't take them through the bear, though, because they will get stuck on it. Let's have you turn around and try to stab Castalton in the back. You guys should try to break for this. So that very damaged bear is still alive. You don't want to change anything about that yet. Okay. Where's my other... Oh, how did you get up there? We should pull you back if we can. I have no idea how that happened. This is fine. They're not broken yet. You can stay on that. I might actually... Here, let's try to withdraw this Heartseeker unit too. We'll probably pull the really damaged one from the battle entirely once they're clear.
Onward then. I can't stop. Delighted. Divine dance. Why, yes.
Okay, she got a little something done there.
Faster, quicker.
Here, I'm gonna put her on this. Never mind.
Repulsive and alluring.
Never mind. We do not need to put her on that. That unit perma broke as soon as I gave that order. Y'all, for real, get out. You say you have no orders, but that's only because you have not followed the orders that I gave you. And here, yeah, I think a contagious heal right in the middle of the enemy army is probably a good idea. They are surrendering. They are about to break, and we just need to push a little bit harder. Yeah, kill Castalton if you can, absolutely. That is a thing that needs to happen. Dead Castalton is going to make everybody's life much easier. Ooh. Big swing from that bear. You're supposed to be backing up. Oh, never mind. Right as I was about to tell him to shoot that bear, it died. Oh, Castalton died before I got there as well. Let's get Zamvin out.
The eternal hunters!
There it is. There's the break.
The demon prince! The bloody harlot!
Paramore of Slavish.
Who's still fighting? These units are not permanently broken. Yeah, they have a unit of Ice Guard and... Huh. I don't know. I don't know what the deal is with that.
I will conquer!
For real, get down there and kill him.
The dark gift unleashed! The
All of my units get back, except Iglixis, who stays in murdering this man. What he's trying to do is he's trying to find a spot from which he can do a melee attack, but the dude is so swarmed. So there's poor Terratus.
brutalize them!
Alright, everybody in the army with a ranged attack. This is the only thing you care about. Never mind, we're good. Alright, needed to make sure that happened. So we broke two of those big ice court armies there without any actual losses for our army. No unit level losses. And we actually defeated both of their high-level lords, both of whom are obviously immortal, but they'll be gone from our territory for several turns at the very least. So, with that change early on in the episode, we might be able to, we might be doing something quite different with Iglixis' army. I mean, we definitely want to fall back though, because I want to make sure that we're healed. We need to be in good health when the roar occurs, so that we can just go for it immediately. Yeah, I have to say, I feel like these Nurgle Soul Grinders were, they were a good pull. And 5,000 extra favor. And we probably will still,
And obliterate
we probably will still fall back and grab the Rogue Army as well, because there's no reason to let them build up in our territory. Okay. Cran's doing stuff. Our units didn't get completely deleted.
The Herald of Slavish.
I ran her forward again with the intention of just having her raid for a turn. Like, I think we're getting that income, so seems good.
Lord of Change!
I ran out of money after starting the recruitment on these Soul Grinders, which is why these units were not already in the recruitment pool.
Demon Prince!
Yeah, and then we should probably go punk Melchior. So,
Surge across this land!
especially since it is now basically guaranteed that we are safe. They're not going to be able to press us very effectively without those armies. Yeah, we're good. They have a pretty small number of overall troops in the area now. So you go just practice on them.
Tear their souls apart.
There you go. We're so proud of you.
Immortality.
You're good. You're doing the only thing that could matter. You can just annoy people. Yeah, this would be valuable. Okay, cool.
Blood Reaper!
And then you can also go annoy people.
Blood Reaper turf!
We want to make it a total nightmare for them to have units anywhere near that river. That river is the end of safety. Ah, we must be just out of range. Nope, don't care about that. Don't care about that. Do we need to put in the upgrades for these? Yeah. Okay. My guess is probably I had upgraded this a turn later last time, and that's why I had the extra money for the troops. Okay, so if it's going to break at the same place, it's after we hit end turn on turn 172. I mean, we don't need to throw away our allies' army. Like, yeah, just retreat. It's fine. They were able to give chase. See, I don't... How is this a decisive defeat? Okay. We'll give it a shot. I think that it should be the case that we would win this, I would think. They only have 3 ranged units. I mean, our units are probably going to have a hard time dealing with the bears, I guess, but a hard enough time to warrant a decisive defeat? I don't know. We don't have our good caster anymore. She got wounded, apparently. So that is a shame. That means no great sweeping scythe. But still, I would think we would be able to do... I don't know. We'll see. Maybe I'm wrong. So this is one where they're going to come to us, but also they have ranged units. They'll be able to stop further back.
Bring us souls!
Let's just have, like, some of y'all approach to here. Some of y'all approach to here. Use the trees as a way of staying relatively safe from the rain charge, and we'll see what happens.
Leave their minds broken and their bodies begging for more.
And we want to split up, of course, so that we can flank a little. So we have Acquiescence and we have Lash. Acquiescence is not overcastable. Lash is. Okay.
Marauders!
Okay, we should definitely also drop in the glaives right away. It's a shame these are all ice guard because these units are not going to fare very well, but we got to do it. So should make sure you're staying in the trees. How do we want to move our flanking units here? I don't think I want to try to go all the way around the rocks. I might just push up this way after the melee have engaged, because half of our marauders are going to hit their range from this side. That's a pretty solid lead.
The pangs of suffering!
Marauders of Slanish!
Okay, so that should go pretty well. This is going to be a little bit tougher. We don't have any like really good combat units. We can do a little bit of envelopment, but in fact, the way things have worked out here, wing way further out. And you should be doing the same thing. Yeah, we'll just let those bears have that unit of marauders. I'm not too worried about that. And yeah, let's hit them. Should I... Here. You know what? I'm going to have one of these units try to break and just... we don't need to. We don't need to. I do not need to flank those units. We should just try to crush the ice guard. Okay.
Pangs of suffering! Finding fresh souls! Driven by pain!
I was not counting on that level of cowardice from the ice guard, if I'm honest.
Nightmare.
Them just deciding they're not going to be part of the battle is definitely a move.
Guided by hunger!
Okay, so... Here we perform flanks on the enemy melee. So, I mean, somebody's got to hit these warbears in the back too. And we can get up on them and then do the big minus 24% melee attack, and hopefully that'll be enough for our units to start winning that battle. It's a shame we don't have any spears on this one. Y'all try to run to here. Yeah.
To the next victory!
What I want to do mostly is, like, envelop the bear riders.
A captivating pun.
Get a little deeper. There we go.
Winds blow!
Okay, just really nuke the shit out of their melee attack. Make it completely impossible for them to do anything. Where are these units? Those bears aren't going anywhere anymore, so stick to the boyar. This is going about how I thought it was going to be going. You can help with that. They are losing that very badly, actually. You stay on them. You press these ones. At some point, it's just going to be my melee against the bears, and I guess that's where it that's where it gets really ugly. But I think we can crush most of their infantry pretty thoroughly here.
We flee!
Marauders of Slanesh!
Push. So we're definitely waiting for Fascination to cast our Reign of Chaos stuff. Don't.
Seeking Slanesh is in...
Actually, no, you know what? That's fine. You are not even needed over here. It looks to me like even the bear riders cannot stand up to the flank move here. They're going down pretty fast. These guard unfortunately managed to not really get flanked. Somehow we're hitting them in the side. Not really sure how that happened. Do we want to use... Yeah, I'm going to use these Chaos Furies to flank bears. Alright, so you two are doing this, which means you can focus your attention on the bears, which means you can try not to. Their melee defense is really not very good, so... The bears, I mean.
Demonettes of Slanesh!
Good flank in there.
None can resist
Our
me!
lord is still fighting, technically. She's not doing a very good job. Okay, do you maybe want to, like, move over here? I need you to just, like, do a small amount of damage so that we can get our Reign of Chaos reward.
Pleasure. Torture them!
She threw an elbow at somebody as she left the area, I guess?
Torture sweet kiss.
Okay, well, I'm going to be honest with you. I really thought we were going to use this on a unit of bears and just, like, take a bad result from it. But they don't have anything left that matters at all except for their lord. And this is going to be... This is going to be some other garbage. It doesn't matter. So I'm just going to rampage their lord real quick just to do some damage to him.
Move with grace.
Okay.
Marauders! Tear throats!
Kind of can't believe some of these units are staying in.
Pain is a gift.
Get out of there. You can go kill this thing. Okay, is it finally time to give up? Yeah, I honestly don't know how else that could have gone. In order for our army to have lost, like, what we would have had to completely fallen asleep. Just, like, let their army shoot at us while we stand perfectly still. Backs to them, of course, because we do have shields. So backs to them while we stand perfectly still and get eaten. There's definitely... This particular battle is definitely... There is something wrong with the auto-resolver. I think part of it is that the auto-resolver tends to dramatically overvalue ranged units. But it doesn't always. You can see some places where armies, like I've mentioned Lizardmen a couple of times. In Game 2, the autoresolver had a real problem where Lizardmen armies were super overvalued by the autoresolver, and Skaven armies were super undervalued. So even though the Skaven could potentially have a really gun-heavy army and just tear apart the Lizardmen very, very infantry-focused force before they would even really get to them, the game would just assume that Sauruses are invincible every single time. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know how it works. I don't know how its biases work, where it gets its numbers from. Okay. The rebel army, I guess, got attacked by somebody else. Well, this is turning out quite different. Alright, so we've handed over Melchior, hopefully not in terrible, terrible condition. They got the bowel steep. Not much I can do about that, unfortunately.
Demon Prince.
Iglixis probably won't actually be able to kill this force.
Gore.
Right, because they're gonna,
Let us sort.
yeah, they're gonna retreat.
Kislev.
And I didn't gain movement to go after them. Whatever, we'll do it next turn. It's fine.
Jersey.
Did he just shout Jersey? Alright, I mean, he was exhausted. That was very likely to be the way that went. How about this one? Yep, just make their lives miserable. What was it? Murder? No, it was cleave. Who doesn't love a good cleave? Maybe even a great cleave. I'm starting to think we might actually hold on to Fort Stragov. I don't know, the Ludenhoffs are going to take it. It's going to become a territory of Hochland, which for some reason is still alive. So yeah, that must be what happened. The Hochland army must have attacked the rebels. Looks like Skarbrand just fully burned Karak Vlag to the ground. Oh, no, the Ice Court's going to take it. That's fine. That's right, the Ice Court's turn is before Hochland's. Oh, but they just sacked it. Well, it's very free for Hochland to take it now. There's not even a garrison left. I don't know what their relationship is to the Ice Court. I assume they must be allies. Because otherwise you would think that, yeah, that's what happened. Otherwise you'd think the Hochland army would get annihilated by the Tsarina. Okay. Cathayans are doing ambushes somewhere. It really doesn't matter. Oh, this is super annoying. I need you to stop doing this.
Furious momentum.
Let's move to a position where we can go into ambush mode so the prince doesn't realize we're approaching. And then we'll kill him next turn, hopefully. And you might want to just drop their agent so that we don't get assassinated. Alright, pretty bad odds. Managed to pull it off. There we go. Okay, critical success, in fact. A little bit of solid assassination.
Seeking. An ice witch bows to no one.
Yeah, and it looks to me like they intend to maybe try something here, although with some very basic units. I don't know what that's about. How's this going? Yeah, let's go ahead and cash that in. So we're going to have access to some really interesting ranged units in a second here. Do we want to drop a little bit more melee to... Well, I guess we should wait until that upgrade. But like, out of curiosity, what are the stats of these things? So their range is like normal archer range, but their missiles are super powerful. They do fire damage and they inflict fire weakness. They only get to fire a couple of times. But yeah, interesting. And then they have garbage. Actual attack. Yeah, really weird. It's really weird that their ammo count is so low. Okay, that was end of turn 172. So we shall see if we get a crash here. I'm hoping that it's just, you know, some weird thing somewhere on the map got into a position that's causing an error, and things have played out quite differently here. So, okay, cool, we're good. Cran is golden, obviously. No two ways about that. Falco is a master mason, and no one could agree. No one could argue. And Ursun's about to roar. And Iglixis needs to... Okay, we've run them off.
Champion.
Iglixis probably needs to teleport, is my feeling. Yeah. Let's just get over here and get ready for the roar.
I am exalted.
Falco's just gonna hang out. We're gonna maximize this. Actually, the garrison doesn't change at all. Yeah, that upgrade's not worth buying. The garrison doesn't change at all. It just provides bonus control, but we don't need it. So we will save the money. There is a shipwreck. Yeah, I'll sail out and grab that. Let's see if it's anything valuable. Clearly, two ships met in combat and brought each other low. So, did we find a haul of true silver to make us better fighters, or a sunken chest? So these rewards are going to be things like move speed, and I don't know that we will need any of this stuff. So I'm going to take this just in case, like, Scrag the Slaughterer wants to try us. Heavy iron, 10 turns of bonus armor and weapon strength and stuff. Yeah, cool. Cool. Treasure, you know? I do believe you should go full speed. Okay. There we go.
What prey?
Your attacker... Oh, sorry. You are the one who did successfully do the assassinate last turn. You need to run. You are too tired to do more murder. Yeah, just get back over here. You're going to be needed. I'm actually going to have her fall back to play Portal Goalie. And Alas is also going to fall back to here. We'll see what happens with these armies. It is going to be a little weird, like... How do they have this many...
The Supreme Patriarch.
Castalton died a turn ago.
Command me.
So, okay, there's a certain amount of cheating that's going on here, clearly. Maybe we need to have Falco report back up north? I'm a little surprised. Because we just killed 2.5 Ice Court armies. So for them to have 2.5 armies to push us with, I mean, the Tower of Crack is gonna fall to this, right?
Like ice in your heart.
It's not the end of the world. The Tower of Crack doesn't hold anything terribly important to us.
Submit yourself to
But it is annoying.
and perhaps you too.
Alright, the thing we definitely do need to do is try to pursue peace with the ogres, and like, I'm willing to buy them off if that's what it takes. Because if we could get the ogres to leave Erengrad alone, so that the if the Ice Court want us not to have it, they have to put forth the army to actually take it, that would probably help a lot. And yeah, Falco's just gonna have to sail, I think. I am surprised to see that Ursun did not roar.
Demon Prince.
I guess Iglixis can go chill in the Doomkeep for a turn. Maybe we'll lose our negative trait. The Ice Court armies did not move, which is interesting. So Castalton's army,
Blasphemy! I serve Ursun.
it's a lot of high-level infantry, a couple of cannons.
Boyar's bow.
Your army is mostly weird garbage.
I'll freeze off your fingers.
And then this force is kind of a smattering of like good units. So our odds of doing damage to Castalton are pretty poor. But we should probably have one of the heroes attempt it at least. It's like a hit there would be really significant.
Crimson Death.
Casimir is still on the other side of the thing, so I guess we'll just hit Evelina. Or we could kill their unit, their hero here.
Let's go. Let's go through.
Yeah, preventing that agent from killing off our agents to prevent them from doing damage to these units after they cross the border. Probably pretty important.
Ready.
Okay, Scrag the Slaughterer is absolutely going to try to kill us. He's going to try to take Erengrad here.
I serve only. Spear you upon my hook,
Minus 42. Dude.
cleaver.
I'm not going to give you either of these. I can't, we can't make the payment. And I can't threaten them. So their strength rank is higher than ours, I presume. So... no, I don't want to do any of that, obviously. A thing we could do is we could just jump Scrag's army. This is not what I want Falco to be doing right now. We could just ride out, kill Scrag's army, and then pursue... yeah, pursue the peace deal after that, when they are in much less of a position to resist us.
Sorcerers.
The other thing we could do is just have Falco sail out and ignore all this. Let them have Erengrad. It's fine if the ogres have it. We just don't want the Ice Court to have it, as much as I'm enjoying having the money. And like sail out as fast as possible for our territory, because we need to get somebody back near the tower. I'm gonna think about it. It turns out we are actually over the hour anyway. Sorry about the technical difficulties there. Hopefully we have managed to find a way around whatever weird interaction was happening. And when you come back next time tomorrow for what I think will be our last episode of the week, we'll be able to find a way to keep all of these Ice Court dudes from taking over all of our stuff while Eglixis is gone. And we'll see you then.